This video and all other videos on this channel are for entertainment purposes only. The content of this video and all other videos on this channel are the opinions of the creator only and do not constitute legal, trading, investment, or financial advice of any kind. Investing carries a high level of risk and the majority of retail clients lose money. Do not invest any capital unless you understand the risks and you are prepared to lose it all.
Alright, hello and welcome to Camel Finance. I'm your boy Camel, and I'm going to title today's video something like cutting through the noise, and I'm going to attempt to keep this as simple as possible and just give you exactly what you need. Now, I'm seeing a lot of people in the space frustrated, tired, angry. I'm seeing a lot of "I'm tired, boss" memes, okay? And so if you are feeling any kind of anger or frustration, or you're thinking of quitting the space, I want you to maybe take on board what I'm saying today and try to reframe your perspective on what's happening at the moment, okay? I have got a few tabs to show you, but we're not going to spend too much time. And then, of course, we'll hop into some charts. If you are frustrated, if you're angry, like I said, I want to try to reframe this for what it is, okay? I want you to be able to reclaim your power here, okay? And let me explain what I mean by this. If I draw a very crude range here, Bitcoin and crypto in general has been kind of ranging, right? It's been chopping around. There might be some pokes above and below the boundaries, okay? Some wicks or whatever. But this is what causes the frustration. For the simple reason that everyone is wrong here, okay? Bulls are wrong because every pump gets faded. Bears are wrong because every false breakdown is indeed false, okay? And immediately gets brought back up. And we're just chopping around sideways. And so one of the primary reasons these ranges are so frustrating is for that exact reason, okay? Everyone is wrong in a range. Bulls are wrong and bears are wrong. Every trade you take here is practically going to fail unless you're a scalper that buys at support and sells at resistance. But even those, okay, you're not always going to work out. And this is a nasty kind of environment to be in, right? But here's what I mean by reclaim your power. Understand this. If you are one of the people that is frustrated, that is angry, that is saying things like, how much longer have we got to wait, Camel, right? I can't take this anymore. If that is your current mindset, you are currently right where the market makers want you, okay? And that's what I mean by reframing your perspective here. If you can take a step back and understand this for objectively what it is, right? This is a range in which bulls become truly correct and validated on multiple daily closes above the upper boundary, right? And bears become truly correct and validated on multiple daily closes below the lower boundary. Everything in the middle is no man's land. And so the real question is, okay, are you going to allow these market makers to put you right where they want you, wear you down, make you frustrated, tired, quit, right before they reveal the true direction of this market? Or are you going to be able to step back and say, you know what, I'm going to remain calm here. I'm going to let everyone else get frustrated and tired and worn out. And I'm just going to exercise a little bit more patience, a little bit more discipline. I'm not going to get too wound up by the intraday moves, okay? I'm just going to have a system, have a set of conditions from which I can act and which I cannot act, and then kind of let everyone else be frustrated and tired and worn out, okay? Now, something else I wanted to point out is I'm also seeing a lot of people say things like, Camel, you say it's now or never, and then you said that yesterday as well and the day before, right? Okay. And you are correct, okay? But when I say now or never, I do not mean it's right here, right now. We've got a reverse turbo 18+% candle to the green side, or it's over. That's not what it means, okay? When I say now or never, and obviously the people that have been here a long time know this, now or never really means we've got to find a cycle low, confirm it, okay? And then it's now or never. Okay, so if you're new to cycles, if you don't understand that, if you think we're ever concerned with intraday price action or one daily candle or even a few daily candles of price action on this channel, maybe take this as an opportunity whilst we are range bound, stuck here, frustrating and winding everyone up, to go and watch the tutorial playlist, go to the website and take some of the free content off of there, even touch grass and just step away from the screen entirely, okay? We don't need to be concerning ourselves with what's going on in the middle, and it is now or never, but now or never as defined as when we finally confirm a cycle low and move off, okay? And we can say without any shadow of a doubt, that's the cycle low, it's fully in, it's fully confirmed, we're moving off here. At that point, it becomes literally now or never. But when I say, you know, we really need to get a move on here, right now, obviously I'm not talking about one daily candle's worth of price action or even a few daily candles worth of price action. That would make me a tape slave. And that is something I am always speaking against, okay? So again, you can reclaim your power if you're tired, if you're frustrated, by understanding a couple of key things here. Number one, you are free to leave anytime you want. If you are actually over this, right, and you've already got enough gains and you can't really be bothered and you've got better things to do with your life, no one is stopping you from selling and leaving, okay? That is entirely your prerogative, okay? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Just because other people here are going to jump up and down and scream diamond hands, never selling, no more 4-year cycles, we're all different. We're all in different circumstances. If you want to sell and move and go away, you are entitled to do that, okay? So it's important to understand that. No one is forcing anyone to be here, and the market doesn't owe us anything. And then, of course, like I said earlier, the second thing to understand to reclaim your power is there's essentially two types of people in the ranges, right? There are the people that sit there and wait for the market to show them what's going on so they can react to it. And then there's everyone else throwing mud at each other, getting frustrated, worn out, emotional in the middle. So we each get to choose. Do you want to be the person that's frustrated in here, saying, oh, come on, we got to wait more time? Like, I'm over it, man. I'm tired. Blah, 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 blah. Here's my other excuses. Here's why I, deserve 200K Bitcoin. You can be that guy. Or you can say, you know what? Let's let all the other amateurs and rookies deal with this, okay? And I'm just going to sit back and do me, right? I don't need to concern myself with a few daily candles. I don't need to concern myself with a fake breakdown if it is indeed shown to be a fake breakdown. I don't need to be cheering on and getting euphoric on a fake breakout if indeed it is shown to be a fake breakout. When we actually get some decisive action in here, when we actually get either a proper breakout to the top or a proper breakdown to the bottom, then we can talk. I'm just suggesting perhaps some of us start to think this way a little bit more, okay? Just take the emotion out. Don't allow them to frustrate you and wear you down, because that's exactly what they want from you, right? They want you to be frustrated and worn down and tired and mentally unable to capture whatever big move is about to unfold. At the same time, we've got FOMO Finder slipping into panic as of yesterday. It's back to uncertainty now. But if you know, you know, right? This is very, very commonly observed to get flashes of purple like this as we are eking out and carving out major lows. And keep in mind, okay, every month, Bitcoin has bottomed within the first 10 days of the month. And that either marks a daily cycle low or a half cycle low in its 60-day cycle. Now today is the 4th. So can you wait another 6 days? Maybe even less than 6 days? Can you wait slightly more than 6 days? Okay, in the context, in the bigger scheme of things, I don't think 6 days is a long time to wait. If I pull this chart up, take a good look at this. Each one of these vertical bars, lines, whatever you want to call it, marks the first of the month. And you can see within 10 days, we put in a cycle low or a half cycle low, okay? Extremely consistent cycles here. So can you wait just a few more days for us to figure this out? I think you probably can, right? I think we all probably can. I think it's also worth pointing out, okay, we have been working with the assumption that we're going to carve out a cycle low and then go. And we're going to get one of these two paths. And what can we say for sure has not happened yet? We have not confirmed a cycle low, okay? So I could continue to repeat myself over and over again, or we can think back to the original kind of lecture at the start of the day and just say, how about we let everyone else get tired and frustrated in here, okay? And once we've actually got something actionable, i.e. a confirmed swing and a pivot in place, then we get to draw a line underneath that and say, that's our new hard invalidation for the bull market. Okay, at the moment, it's all the way back at 74K. I personally would like to move that up a bit. Okay, but we don't break weekly higher highs and higher low structure until we violate 74K. So once this low is in, hopefully what we can do is move this up to here. And then we can say, no matter what happens, right, we're going to be able to walk away here with at least 98, 100K Bitcoin in the worst case scenario. I think that's pretty good, given that we obviously got long out of the cycle low at the bottom. So happy days, right? We're getting closer. We are inching closer. The real question is, can you just kind of stay calm, patient, and not allow them to frustrate you for a little while longer? Any day now, we should get a nice big green candle, and that will confirm the daily and the weekly cycle low is in, as is the 106-day cycle. And then it's just a case of, do we left translate to a lower high or a higher high? And of course, there's always the wild card. The wild card, as I keep saying, is that this weekly cycle right translates, and then we get to open up a whole new world of uncharted territory. Okay, we've never seen Bitcoin do a cycle like that. It's not beyond the realm of possibilities for the cycle system, but it's extremely low probability at this stage. The moment we right translate this weekly cycle, however, it becomes the base case. But again, there's no real point in entertaining all these what ifs and buts. Let's just let this cycle confirm in the next few days. Once it's confirmed, we should get a nice push, and then we get to find out, right? Is that the top, or do we get to move to new highs? So again, I've been saying the same thing every single day. And I know I kind of make it look easy just because I've been doing this a long time, but again, don't let them frustrate you, right? Don't allow them to put you where they want to put you. And before we get into some charts, and again, just kind of repeat the whole mantra of take it one day at a time, keep the risk managed, be open to all possible outcomes. It's not about being right or wrong, it's about staying on the right side. I just wanted to point to this because Besant here has finally admitted we are in a recession in some sectors of the economy. Okay, so I've been talking about this for a long time. I've been saying we're probably already in recession. You can definitely see slowdown in a bunch of different places, but now you can hear it from the Treasury Secretary. Okay, so again, it kind of fits with the whole base case, doesn't it? It kind of fits that 2026 is probably not going to be the bullish year many are hoping for, but that's okay because we'll get through it, just like we always get through it. Moving over to the stocks, so far so good. Okay, we appear to be on our way down right now as we speak to backfill some of these gaps into that half cycle low right around the day 20 mark. Okay. And again, that is exactly what we've been expecting. So can't really say anything's out of the ordinary there, can we? For gold, we will see, right? This should be hopefully 1 into 2, and then we get 3, 4, and 5 if this is not the top. And if this is about to roll over here, then that's fine. We got plenty of profit in the level 3 members section across loads of different assets, like some individual mining stocks, some ETS, gold, silver, whatever. If this thing is going to roll over, then we'll just cut and run, okay? And we would have doubled up that portion of the portfolio since the weekly cycle low, and we would have generated a nice fat pile of cash as we head into the year. Again, all on plan, on strategy, on brand for this channel. That was the idea, that we would be probably mostly cash by the time we got to Christmas, okay? This will be one of the first major steps in starting to generate that cash pile before Christmas. And then last but not least, right, Bitcoin, again, we can be tape slaves here, okay? We can, if we want to, or we can just accept. Let's turn all of this off, turn this indicator off as well. This entire thing is a range. We poked above this level, okay, then we went back below it, then we flipped it into support, then it became the next range, and right now it's still a range, okay? So we can do that. We can just acknowledge that everything in the middle is frustration zone, everything in here is I'm tired, boss, and again, we don't have to worry about that because we have a system and we're going to keep trading that system. We are very, very close to a turn here. We are very close to carving out a cycle low and a bottom, as we know. Once we do, as I said a million times, okay, once this is confirmed, then it just becomes a case of, okay, that's the new bull market invalidation. That's the new line in the sand. Let's see if we get all-time highs or not. If we start to roll over here, then we know, okay, fine. Time to do some damage control. Time to continue to target that 4-year cycle low for a rebuy setup. And again, I don't think we need to concern ourselves with everyone else's worry and frustration and all that kind of thing. Also, we got the Dixie. I do think it's important to pay attention to this because if this is about to just make a lower high or a double top and roll over, okay, then that is very supportive, isn't it, of one final kind of blow off top moment. Notice how it's right at this inflection point where it could roll over and have a sharp correction lower here into its inverted 3-year cycle. Notice how the timing of this occurring right now is also perfectly aligned with Bitcoin forming a bottom right now, day 60, okay? If I use the indicator and turn on the future cycle low range for the daily cycle, you'll see that we're right in the window right now. We just so happen to be ready to reverse for Bitcoin right as the Dixie is getting ready to top for its daily cycle and move down, okay? And if so, it would have just missed this high, which would be a subtle tell from the market. It's yet another lower high, and then that fake breakdown into the yearly may just be on the cards, okay? And you would think if we're going to have a very nasty, sharp, quick correction in the Dixie like this, it should probably be conducive to the stock market's half cycle low, okay, in a couple of days' time, mooning higher out of there. At the same time, Bitcoin finds its bottom and goes at the same time as the dollar, or the Dixie, I should say, the dollar basket, is going to head for one final flush lower. Now, I would also suggest potentially, if this thing is about to make a new higher high and change trend, right, and instead that upcoming daily cycle low, it looks more like this, okay, and it starts to reverse trend, then we're probably just doing this yellow squiggle, but from here, okay? And this was where we get a little bit more complex if this is the case, because we have seen periods where the Dixie ran with everything else, gold, Bitcoin, the stocks, just like in here. Everyone was like, how does that work? How can the Dixie run with risk and everything else? But it does, right? Sometimes it'd be like that. On a balance of probabilities, I say this probably has one quick flush into it. Okay, probably. We will see. But super interesting how this is getting ready potentially to top for its daily cycle and move lower, right as Bitcoin's ready to bounce, as I said, right as the stocks are ready to bounce from their half cycle low, and right as gold and silver and the metals have just left behind what should be their cycle low 1 into 2 before then we start to push from here. Okay, so pretty interesting. It all seems aligned to have a big picture reversal here in all these major asset classes. I also wanted to point at the tell that to the bond market idea as well. We're seeing the yields back up at the moment, which is good. We probably want to try and get a quick push here just to kind of get everyone convinced that the rate cuts are not coming, only then to very sharply reverse this to the downside, put the rate cuts on the table into December, the end of QT. The market will wet itself with excitement, thinking that this is up only forever now, and this time is different, and it's a 5-year cycle, and all that other stuff. And really what it will just be is textbook grand finale, end of late cycle stuff. I will also remind you guys that if the yields can get a pop like this before they move lower, that should set up that TLT entry, perhaps something like this, right? Slightly later than expected, ever so slightly, but not far off if you ask me, right? And a lot of breakout buyers here jumping up and down. Oh, did we miss the TLT trade? Remember that? All these markets are aligned and it's in the charts now. And again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. It's our job to let everyone else get frustrated and tired in here whilst we just keep doing us, okay? So I hope you found this useful. I hope this does indeed cut through some of the noise, and I hope you're doing well. If you're a Slice Crew member, look out for the ticker request video I'm about to throw for you guys. For everyone else, I'll see you tomorrow. All the best from me. Cheers. Bye.
Camel Finance, he's the man to see. Rocking the markets with his contrarian spree. Trades like a pro, no fear, no shame. Sticking to his guns in his money game. He's a bad Camel